It all started with a door. We were burning the door of its layers of paint in the front room of our Victorian terrace during the winter of 2020, when we realised that our legs were frozen to the knee. We were standing on a suspended wood floor. It was cold and it was drafty. With a sinking feeling, we realised that we needed to insulate the floor. Thank goodness for YouTube. We watched everything. And what we have done is our take. It is not the only way, but it has worked for us. First of all, we removed all of the skirting boards. This meant that we could burn off the paint, sand, use a wood treatment to the back, use knotting fluid, and then prime. Much easier to do on a bench than on the floor. The next part was taking up the floorboards. This was not easy, as we discovered that the floor was built with tongue and groove board, and they did not want to come up cleanly. This was not good news. The cost of new floorboards, but we were committed. The next picture shows the boards up and the joists revealed. Good news, joists are in good shape, but are only 100 mil deep, and we knew we had to keep the air bricks free to keep the joists ventilated. Our plan to put in 200 mils of rock wool will have to be rethought. We had watched other renovators making a trough to suspend the insulation using netting, but we are not sure that we could handle that, so we opted for using roofing felt. We had it stapled so moisture came in one way and allowed it to breathe moisture out. It proved to be good to handle, and we used a staple gun to tack it into place. We placed the 100 mils of rock wool into the channels and were very careful to leave it plumped up. We could already feel a difference in the room.
We're on a roll. It's working. We want more insulation, so we put in a thin layer of thermowrap on top of the rock wool. This was followed by a further layer of the same placed at right angles. This should give us the equivalent of an extra 100 mil of insulation in total.
But if we tape the strips of silver foil together, it will act as a vapour barrier. So we lay it, tape it, and then run it up the walls to stop the draft, adding another 50 mils of insulation. We have bought new floorboards, the most affordable we could find, and we screw this down. This is not the most aesthetically pleasing, but we may want to take the floor up. We are not sure if what we have done will be good enough. The floor is laid. Now we do something a bit strange. The room faces south and sun pours in the window. We cover the floor with paper to protect the floor from sun damage. We now send for blinds so that we will be able to work on the floor. The floor is looking good, the room is warm, and the skirtings are put back on nice and tight to stop the drafts. We fill the holes in sand, and we then use Osmo wood finish. Final picture shows the room finished, walls papered and painted, skirting painted, and new fire surround in place. If we had been able to reuse the old floorboards, we would have been able to afford to put down carpet with a good underlay, and that would make us really warm. Even so, that can come in the future. Thank you to all the lovely people who put up help for us all to use and to share. A special thank you to the restoration couple in the UK, Jeff Foreman in Canada, and Josh and Erin in the USA, Wild and Wonderful Off-Grid. You are all an inspiration.